All right, this last type of problem is just a little bit more complicated, which means that we need to be more organized. Shelley compared the number of oak trees to the number of maple trees as part of a study about hardwood trees in the woodlot. She counted 9 maple trees for every 5 oak trees. Later in the year, there was a bug problem, and many of the trees died. New trees were planted to make sure there were the same number of trees as before the bug problem. The new ratio of the number of maple trees to the number of oak trees is 3 to 11. After planting new trees, there were 132 oak trees. How many more maple trees were in the woodlot before the bug problem than after the bug problem? So let's see what important information we have. The first thing that we need to realize is that there are 2 different times. So there are before the bug problem and after the bug problem. So before the bug problem, she counted 9 maple trees for every 5 oak trees. Now I'm not going to write down counted 9 maples to every 5 oaks. Instead, I'm going to write it as a ratio of maple to oak. And then that ratio is going to be 9 to 5. And then after, the new ratio is going to be of maple to oak is going to be 3 to 11. So same thing, maple to oak is going to be 3 to 11. And finally, the other information that is given to us is that after planting, so this is going to go under after planting, there were 132 oak trees. All right, let's draw a model. Zoom out here a little bit. Okay, first thing, we're going to make a before model. And then we're going to make an after model. Now before, we have 9 to 5. So this is 9 maple to 5 oak. After maple to oak, it was 3 to 11. So 3 maple to 11 oak. All right, so I've made my model there, I've made there. My next thing, I forgot an R there, after. So my next thing that I have to make sure I get is that after there were 132 oak. 132. And I can check that off. All right, go back. Do I have everything in my model that I said was important? I do. I have that, and that. So now I can begin solving. All right, well, the easiest thing to notice is that I'm going to get a different color for my solving. Let's get white. So the easiest thing to notice is that I'm given that this representation of my oak trees, which is the part of the ratio 11, gives a total of 132. So I'm going to use this section to determine what each one of the sections of my ratio are. So 132 divided by 11, which is equal to 11. So I know that each one of these parts in here, each one of the sections of my ratio has a value of 11. And because I know each section of my tape diagram has to be equal if it's going to be a ratio, I know that my maple also have 3 in each one of their sections. So I can see that the total number of maple trees is going to be 33. So now I have 132 and I have 33. This is for the number of trees that I had after the bug problem. But my question is asking how many maple trees were in the woodlot before the bug problem. So the question is, how do I figure out what are the number of maple trees and oak trees before the bug problem? Well, the key comes in